Y'all, I was gonna try to record this video without my glasses, but who was I fooling? Girl, you can't see. What? Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylene. And today we're gonna be talking about why I decided to move to Atlanta. It's kind of like up and moved. Only like a few people knew like ahead of time that I was moving. I didn't really let my extended family know or my extended friends know. So my apologies for that. Well, why am I apologizing? Regardless, let's get into it. So the first reason I decided to move to Atlanta was for an environment change. So for me, I have lived in Florida in the Broward County area my entire life. For 27 years, I went to school there. College, I didn't even go far. I went to FAU, which is like 30 minutes north in Boca. I started feeling kind of like stuck or like stagnant to say. I really like, you know, took a look at like where my life was in comparison to like what I wanted for myself. The things I wanted to accomplish, the things I wanted to experience, and I just didn't see myself working towards those things in the environment that I was in. And for me, like, as I started to like introduce myself more to like higher level thinking, like, you know, listening to different podcasts, and one of the things that I saw that was like universal between a lot of like high level thinking individuals is that your environment plays a huge role in like the person you become. And it's not everything, because some people just have that drive and ability to thrive in whatever environment they're in. For me, I think I was one of those people, and I can just be honest about myself and say that I like conform to my environment a bit. I was one of those people who also like lived in their comfort zone. I've heard the quote over and over again, like, your comfort zone will kill you, or you have to get out of your comfort zone in order to grow. You have to make yourself uncomfortable and get out of your comfort zone. So for me, moving to Atlanta was me being intentional about taking myself out of my comfort zone and leaving. So me moving to Atlanta was literally me being intentional and saying, like, I'm gonna purposely take myself out of my comfort zone and make myself uncomfortable in order for me to start growing and going up to the next level that I would like to see myself at. So obviously I could have done that in any other place. So for me, I specifically chose Atlanta because I wanted to, again, be intentional about the environment that I was placing myself in. So as I started, like, you know, getting more into like podcasts and different things like that, started learning about like building wealth, generational wealth, like investing, real estate, like, as well as like just how to think different, to view yourself as limitless, take the limits off yourself, believing in yourself. If you want to accomplish anything, you have to start with believing in yourself first. Like how our environment, the things we eat, the things we consume, not just food and drink related, but also like, what are you watching? What are the conversations you're having? What are the things that you're watching on TV? Is it things that are going to be beneficial to you, educational to you? Is it things that's going to help you grow? Or is it these different TV shows and stuff that essentially kind of sucked into it? You know, like reality TV, Love and Hip Hop, like where it's reinforcing, honestly, negative stereotypes. And you don't think those things affect you, but just the different things that I was learning and reading about, learning how those things really do affect you on even a subconscious level. So for me, when I was making a decision to move, I wanted to be intentional about the environment I placed myself in. And a lot of the different people that I watch on like these podcasts and stuff like that are like you know, 19 Keys, David Shands, Donnie Wiggins, Wall Street Trapper. I watch EYL, so Rashad and Troy. I follow Miss Pinky Cole, who owns the Slutty Vegan Empire. I started listening to different music, so I Lundrell and Unpoo, who is actually 19 Keys' brother. When I started consuming different content, I started seeing a little change. I started seeing a shift in my mindset. I started seeing a shift in the way that I thought, the way that I viewed myself. And I felt like, how great would it be for me to like put myself in a place where I can be closer to those things. So a lot of the people that I just list, a lot of them that I know of are based in Atlanta. And a lot of the times when they do their conferences and their different events, majority of the time it is here in Atlanta. And they do stuff in other states and in cities and stuff, but a lot of it is always here in Atlanta. For me, it was like, how great would it be to put myself in a place where it's easier for me to get in these rooms and not just be around them, but the other people that are in these rooms as well are people who are on the same journey as me, or who have already, you know, been on this journey longer than me. People that I can connect with who are going to be like-minded. They're going after the same things that I am, and I can connect with those people. You know that saying where they're like, if you hang with 4 broke people, you're bound to become the 5th. Or if you hang with 4 millionaires, you're bound to become the 5th millionaire. Basically, I want to be intentional about like putting myself in rooms with people who are already millionaires, who are teaching how to build wealth, how to build generational wealth, how to pass down that wealth and that education to your children, how to set your children up for a better future than you had. Like, I'm going to be in the room with those people, but then also in the room with other people who are also into that same thing, if that makes sense. So another reason that I decided to move near Atlanta is to finally follow through on my word. So this kind of goes into like the things I'm working on within myself, like, you know, believing in myself, changing my mindset, things like that. And a part of that is trusting myself again. And I've learned that because it's so much easier to disappoint yourself than it is to disappoint others, we do it just way too often. And what we start to do is create that mental space where like we don't even trust our own selves, because you know you're not gonna follow through on your word. And that has been how I've been living for like the past few years. Like, I always talk about the different things that I want to do, and I never follow through with them. And so on my journey of trying to like rebuild that trust with myself, I have to start holding myself to my own word. And I kept putting it out there and I kept saying it to myself, and I felt myself getting back comfortable where I was. And I knew that I had to be intentional and making myself like, nope, you said you were going to do it. You said you wanted to move it to Atlanta. You know, you said this was going to be your next step when your lease was up. So don't let this be another thing that you just say you're going to do, but you never do it. And then you end up down the line just wondering like, what if? I wonder if I had followed through and moved to Atlanta, what it would have been like, you know? So that was another reason that I'm like, I made myself like move, because you said you were going to do it. So like, hold yourself to that. And I mean, that's also one of the reasons why you guys see me posting videos on YouTube. Like, YouTube sparked my interest years ago, and I always said like, oh, I want to try posting content on YouTube, or I wonder what it's like to post content on YouTube. Like, I'm kind of interested in that. So me moving to Atlanta, me posting videos, this is a part of me like, no, you're gonna hold your word to yourself. You're gonna follow through on what you said you're gonna do. If nobody watches your video, it's okay. So yeah, That's why I decided to move to Atlanta. There is no big thing behind it. To the people who know me, I know a lot of people were speculating like I moved to Atlanta because me and my ex ended our relationship. That is not why. Okay, we are good, by the way. We are not beefing. It was not a hostile or bad breakup. Yeah, that's it. Now you know. Okay, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching. Am I gonna be the typical YouTube person to say like, comment, and subscribe? I mean, if you can, that's fine, but I ain't really gonna say it because I feel like you already know what you're supposed to do on YouTube. I'm just glad you watched the video if you watched it, to be honest. So I won't ask too much of y'all. I'll settle for the fact that you watched it. But if you feeling generous,